Football 101 with Coach Brett Bielema. Brought to you by Carl, the official health provider of Fighting Illini Athletics.
Welcome back to Football 101. Martin O'Donnell joined differently this week by Coach Tank Wright. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Blessed to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, and obviously we're here, we're in your environment, right? We're in the Iron Jungle. So tell me a little bit about what made you want to get into strength and conditioning as your profession.
The number one thing got to always be the players, the guys that I work with, being able to see them mold as a young man, get stronger, get bigger, get faster, but most importantly, fulfill their dreams. My dream was the NFL one day, and I know for a fact this Iron Jungle, as you call it, the big playground, has a huge impact on making that next step as an athlete. So once I knew for a fact that I wanted to stay in the game, strength and conditioning was the number one choice to go.
Well, and staying in the game, so obviously we'll get into the offseason a little bit later, but, you know, game day. Tell me about your role. Obviously you're helping to get the guys going, lead them through the stretch, but what does game day look like for you? What's your role there?
So the number one thing is always going to be juice. Juice. Me and my staff, which is Nick Ellicone, G.C. Yuri, Matt Maniger, and also Colin Kenyon, is all about juice. Getting them going. Not only that, but building these guys' routine was something that we worked on when we first got here in January. So once we started to see guys' deficiencies, where they're lacking in flexibility or mobility, what they need, soft tissue needs, and that's week by week. So on game day is always about getting them guys to get in tune with their body. We take them into the indoor. We go through different type of stretching and soft tissue modalities to get them guys feeling 100% on game day, and that's the overall focus on game day. Feel good, play good. If you play good, they pay good. You know the whole Deion Sanders deal. So that's game day for us. Juice and get them prepared with their body, their mind to go ahead and attack the field.
Well, and one thing you said there that's really interesting to me is kind of assessing deficiency. So how did you do that when you walked into the job here last offseason, and what does that look like on a continuing basis?
So first day we got with these guys, we had to split it up offense, defense. We wanted to go through a thorough evaluation. Everything from height, weight, wingspan, to everything from the size of your head to the size of your neck. Want to know your hand. Then we started talking about everything from flexibility and mobility. So we started to put everything from our FMS screening all the way down through how you press the bar, how you pull, your press to pull ratio. Then we look at squat depth for mobility. I mean, you just name it. We keep going on and on and on. But technology-wise, we like to use Elite Form. Elite Form is that tracking system you see at the rack, which gives us bar speed. Not only that, but we use what's called NordBoard for hamstring strength, which is big for hamstring injuries. And then we started to go into GPS catapult. The whole 9 yards, especially Sparta Science, is something that we're starting to use for not only for preparedness, but also to track and see where these guys' bodies develop over time. So it took us about, I want to say, 3.5 hours on one day just to knock that out with the offense, the defense. That we brought them in the next day and we went into the lower body portion. So those 2 days were just all about digging into the athlete. The first 2 days we got them on campus. So in order for me to make sure I need a plumber, where's the leak? You know, if I need a mechanic, what's going on with the car? So I got to find the issues before I make the phone call to see what type of technology we can use to enhance our athletes.
Well, and how much has that changed since you played? Because you played at Arkansas, and what are the biggest differences? I think the technology is the biggest part. We're similar vintage. You know, you're a little bit younger than I am, but you know, it's the technology, it's the accumulation, and then the utilization of data. Those are the big things to me. But you know, how else has it changed for people?
You know, I didn't wear the fancy bros with the GPS catapult. We didn't have the video capability to watch you perform your set after your set is done, which is Elite Form. We had Tendo units, and after that, we had the coach's eye. And we had a scale to see how much you weigh. We used bod pod, but we didn't use what's called our DEXA scan, which Jay Brinkauer uses for us to see muscle mass, fat mass ratios to get your body fat percentage, and also to see bone mass density. So that has really helped transform to see how are you really training the guys and evaluating them from year to year. So I didn't have that. I'm pretty sure you didn't, but technology is huge when it comes to load management, and making sure we keep our athletes healthy, especially in season.
Well, and so we're soon transitioning kind of out of the in-season phase, right, and go to the off-season. And I think a lot of people know, but just a reminder, obviously the strength and conditioning staff, you guys spend more time with the players than anybody, than any of the coaches or anything else like that. But this off-season is going to be different. You got the team for the whole off-season. Last year was a little bit truncated given the coaching transition. But what are you most looking forward to? What are you going to be able to do this off-season that you weren't able to do last off-season?
You know what? I can walk into the door and call Kirby Joseph. That's the first thing. I did not know these guys from an apple and an orange. It was walking in the door and trying to build a relationship. Not only that, but I didn't have my full staff in. So we have our full staff, and we know the entire team. So that's the first thing that I know for a fact that we're going to be able to enhance our relationship with those guys, and of course being able to push them and press them a little bit harder, because you don't want to step into every situation with tough love. Right. You want to step into the situation sometimes with just pure honesty. I don't know you, but I know for a fact that effort wasn't championship effort. That's the one thing that we know for a fact we can start to enhance. Mm-hmm. Our guys' personality can come out more. My staff's personality can come out more. And overall, just tweaking our development within the weight room and also on the football field, because we have a full year of experience with guys like Kirby Joseph or guys coming back like Kalen Tolson. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Coach, that's fascinating. Appreciate you making some time and subbing in here for Coach B. And thank you for stopping by Football 101.
Football 101 with Coach Brett Bielema. Brought to you by Carl, the official health provider of Fighting Illini Athletics.